Hello everybody and welcome back to another Dark Mechanicus video. That's right guys, so okay, what have I got to show you today? Well, one of the things that I like about the Dark Mechanicus is that it kind of gives you quite free reign in regards to making your own crazy vehicles and crazy tanks and crazy weapons and stuff. They're very much like orcs in regards to how you build them, because they build so many crazy things that you can put anything together and call it something else, just a better version of it or something, like orcs. However, with the differences with orcs and Mechanicus in regards to the whole building of them, with orcs, as you can kind of chuck everything together and just say that it works because it's orky. With Mechanicus, you kind of have to make stuff look like it works. You have to make it look a little bit more elegant and a little bit more refined than orc stuff. And that brings me to this tank that I made right here. Now, some of you guys might have seen little glimpses of this on the Facebook, and it was inspired by a really bizarre tank. In fact, it was inspired by two things. The first thing, it was inspired by a tank that I seen on Facebook, not on Facebook, on Google Images, which was for 40k by, I think it was by a Russian guy who made a resin kit of it, and it had like a cog, like big like spoke wheels like this, which had like armor plates and stuff going around, you know, like treads, which looked really, really interesting. And I'm also inspired by what I think it was like a World War I or World War II tank called a Tsar tank. I'm not sure really in the whole history of that, but it kind of looks crazy like this. So anyway, what is this going to represent? This is going to represent either a Krios battle tank or a Krios Venator, because apparently you can use those in 40k. They're 40k approved, so hey, happy days, I've got some Adeptus Mechanicus Uber Lightning Cannon tanks. Now, in regards to the overall construction of this, this was an interesting one to do, because essentially it's a Lehman Russ hull. You know, you got the bottom hull. Yes, I don't paint the undersides of my vehicles, and the top part of the hull. I had to use plasticard in between here to do the sides up, to fill them in. The wheels are actually made out of MDF cogs, like this, which are simply just glued together, obviously, when they've lined up and stuff like that. Now, it took 4 cogs to make the thickness that I want. Now, these were from an Australian eBay page, just because it was the only place that I found that had the right size and the right price for them, and the right thickness as well. And I think it cost, well, I think about £6 for 10 cogs or something, which is pretty good for the effect that I wanted. I did post up on the Facebook, what do you guys think is probably going to be the best option? I know a lot of you guys said like the heavy bolter, somebody said the twin-linked autocannons, but I really needed to tie this into the Adeptus Mechanicus, because otherwise it didn't look Mechanicus-y enough. Well, it did, but it didn't. It's a really weird thing. So I opted for my Mechanicus logos here, which really just cap off the cogs and make them look a little bit more interesting, as opposed to just the regular boring old cog. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to repaint these cog wheels in more of a brassy colour, because the colour I've got at the moment, I'm just not happy with it. It just doesn't look right. Moving on to the front of it. The main cannon is some kind of Forge World weapon. I'm not entirely sure what kind of gun this is, but it was one of the things that was in the Elsa Nation care package. We matched the entrance into the actual tank hull with some power couplings here. We got some Mechanicus skulls going on. Now this top turret here, again, this was in the care package as well. Not going to fucking clear what this top turret's off. It's supposed to have a barrel, but what I did, I actually changed the barrel for just this little skull sensor here, which just makes it look a little bit more weird, a bit more Mechanicus-y, and then this strange, like, you know, antenna array here. But looks pretty cool. Moving on to the back of it. Now, the whole thing with this was quite tricky to build, mainly because I needed to get it at the angle that I wanted, where I wanted the gun straight. Now, I also needed a way for it to look like it could kind of readjust its angle and readjust its trajectory and readjust its vector. So I opted for this back wheel design here. Now, I'm not sure what these bits are from. Again, a bunch of these are from the care package, but kind of cobbled these together, made them look like they work. So it's like a big roller at the back. I've also tried some basic weathering and stuff. I know you pros out there that are like, oh my god, that's really shit weathering, GREATJOJOMAN, but this is the best that I've come out with so far. But essentially, this is the thing, like this was like a big ass solid roller, and that is basically be its stabilizer, and these bits move in and out to actually give it that angle on that vector to shoot. That's my premise, my reasoning behind it. The actual roller part was made with a piece of PVC pipe with some plastic card just capped on the ends here. Essentially stuck it down and just clipped it all around just so it was nice and flush to it. Got a little Mechanicus logo at the back there. And then we just washed it with some washes and things just to make it look a bit more worn, a bit more battered. Now, it looks really, really cool. I really like that, guys. Please let me know what you think about this as well. Now, whilst we're on the subject of tank, because I'm not going to get a chance to talk about this anywhere else, I've actually done another tank for Mechanicus Mechanicus. Not quite as bizarre as the last one. It's just a Land Raider Achilles. Way! Land Raider Achilles! So good, so awesome, indestructible, immortal tank, yay! But anyway, I've had this lying around for absolutely ages. Probably about 6 years. I've had it since it first came out, actually. I was really excited, and one of my exes bought it for a Christmas present for me. And I was originally using it for my Space Wolves, but it just sat on a shelf or sat in a box and never got painted, mainly because my colour scheme was just pure white. So I slapped some Mechanicus logos on the side panels there, and now it's a Mechanicus Land Raider Achilles. Now, the cool thing about Land Raider Achilles is, first and foremost, Thunderfire cannon at the front. Secondly, twin-link multi-melters. And thirdly, it's got a really cool rule which always negate 1 point from any armour penetrating or glancing hit when you're rolling on the damage table, and it's also immune to melter and lance weaponry, which is freaking ace. This tank is essentially immortal. Has a transport capacity of 6, so if you stick a tech priest in there, or a tech marine with 4, 5 servitors, this thing becomes immortal and cannot die because the Tech Marine just repairs the hull points inside of it, which is really, really cool. No assault capacity or anything like that, because obviously you've got this armour plating at the front here and you've got the Thunderfire cannon and stuff. But I just thought I'd show you because it's quite nice and I'm pretty proud of it actually, and I'm happy that it's done and dusted and painted. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you've seen on this video, please give us a comment, please give us a subscribe, please give us a thumbs up and a like. Also, don't forget to check out the Facebook group where you'll get sneak peeks of stuff that I'm working on. Got quite a few cool commissions coming up soon as well, so stay tuned for them. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Link for the Facebook is in the doobly-doo down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys again. Goodbye.